Wait, I wasn't supposed to say that. Okay, so hello guys. Welcome back to Frost Cup / Hijack Corpse Bride AU fanfiction. Of course, this will make sense. So this is part 4, and apparently this is the last one. She last updated this story on December 5th, 2004, which was a really long time ago. So she hasn't updated in probably in 3 years. She hasn't updated in 3 years. Wow. That's a prize-winning accomplishment. So I'm just gonna get right into it because I want to read other fanfictions. I can like a longer fanfiction, so I can read like during times like when I'm on vacation. I'm going on vacation off to Sandusky, so yeah. Wait for a vlog soon. Just wait for a vlog soon. Really, just wait for a vlog soon. Really, just wait for a vlog. Okay, so I'm just gonna get right into it. Okay. Apparently, my phone screen has hair on it. Okay. I can't seem to get right to it. Okay, part 4 and the last part, I guess. Jack's point of view. As I trucked Hiccup into my bed, not in that context, yet. I couldn't resist running my bony fingers through his red hair. It was soft to touch, like a kitten. I gazed at him longingly. I know I will need to get food for him, but I can't bring myself to leave him. In fear he runs off again. Can't say I blame him, but I should consider using a tag or tag device or something. I'll ask North if he can make me one someday. I shook my head. No, Hiccup is an animal. He is a human. I just worry so much about him. When he passed out on the bridge, I was beside myself with fear. I had to tear myself away from the boy. I know I have some resembling food in my cupboard. Before I left, I gave him one last kick on his freckled forehead and left. Hiccup's point of view now. I slowly began to regain my senses. Feeling more at ease than, well, since I was little. I let my eyes wander around the odd room. Everything was blue and white, the colors of winter. Despite this, it was cozy. Far cozier than mine, at least. Blue and white, winter, the colors of snow, ice, and frost. Jack Frost. Jack? I sat up poker straight. Jack? Where's Jack? Don't tell me he just upped and left me. Or had I just dreamt of the winter sprite? spirit. Please, tell me it was real. I blushed as I remembered what happened just before I fell asleep. Jack kissed me, my first kiss. I touched my lips, recalling the splendid sensation. This is turning... I don't know. This is not what I expected to be a romance. I expected more like subtle, not like a freaking porno. Okay, yeah, you kind of give me that image in my head. Thank you, creator of this story. I heard the carefree laugh behind me. Such a beautiful sound. Not that I would tell him that, of course. Well, look who's awake, Jack laughed as Toothless jumped onto the bed as his tail wagging and so hard I honestly thought that it would fly off. I let out a small giggle at this. Before I realized it Jack had crawled behind me and gave me a tight hug. One of his cold hands stroking my face. I couldn't see him because of our positions, but somehow I could tell he was smiling. My mind kept returning to the kiss. Was it just a pity kiss? As I was about to ask him, he kissed my cheek. I froze. His laughter filled the air again. He pulled me up onto his lap, cupping my face and making me look right into his deep blue eyes. You hungry, babe? He asked. I was a bit, but I couldn't say a word. Like I had fallen under a trance. Jack stared back, but he then gently kissed me on the lips. My mind went blank again as my eyes closed. One arm wrapped tightly round my waist, and the other hand tangled my hair. Jack leaned into me, kissed me again, but was interrupted by my stomach grumbling. I could feel my face heat up with embarrassment. Well, that answers that, Jack smirked. Releasing my neck, he reached for a plate of weird-looking stuff. After consuming something, I turned my attention back onto Jack. Since I woke up, he has been even clingier than before. Okay. While I was eating, he sat beside me the whole time, never saying anything, but it was nice. I still need to get used to him being very touchy. No one has ever shown me any affection except from Toothless. I bet Father has already forgotten about me and named my cousin Snout out his hair. Despite all my horrid memories and the fact he probably does care nor want me to return, I still have a nagging feeling that I should at least tell him I'm okay. maybe he really does care for me, though it is most likely just wishful thinking. Something wrong? The food couldn't have been that bad, he asked with genuine concern. He got my face again. Tell me if you want to say anything. If you want to say something, say it. Well, I mumbled. I was wondering why do you keep kissing and touching me like that? I saw Jack's face fall a little at that. Not to say I don't like it. It's nice. It is not that obvious. Jack interrupted with a smile that made my heart beat up fast, partially dragging me onto his lap for a second time. It's called love at first sight, my little Viking. I felt my heart explode. He loves me? Me? Hiccup the useless? I couldn't think of anything sensible to say. All I could manage was, huh? His beautiful laugh filled the air once more. He then began to play with my hair with one hand while the other one held me close to his chest by my waist. You are adorable, he cooed. Your little freckles, your soft red hair, your height, and most important of all, your eyes. He stared deep into said eyes. His deep blue eyes held so much love and admiration. I felt like I could cry. For the third time, he kissed me, so gentle and sweet, but with such a passion as well. My body went on autopilot as my arms wrapped themselves around his pale neck, deepening the kiss. After a few minutes, he realized I still need to breathe, and pulled away. I love you too, I whispered, blushing a bright red at this point. For a second, I thought that he hadn't heard me, but I was proved wrong. He threw my arms around me, as if to protect me. Hiccup, you have no idea how happy you just made me. He laughed. I giggled and cuddled him back. I know how cheesy it must sound, but I really have never felt like this. I really do love him. I wish I could just stay here in his arms forever, safe and loving. However, as much as my father hates me, I should at least let him know that I am okay. Jack, I have begun, but he seemed to have read my mind. Let me guess. I should tell my dad I'm fine, he sighed. Hick, I understand, but I'm not letting you go by yourself. I don't want you to get hurt again. So I'll come with you. Somehow I felt glad knowing that he'll be with me. I get the feeling that he won't leave me alone anytime soon. Without warning, Jack got off the bed and picked up my bridal style. And picked me up bridal style. I couldn't help but yelp when he did this. When he did. As usual, this amused him. Sorry, babe, but the only way to land of the living is with the wind. He smirked, carrying me outside. Threw my arms around his neck in fear of falling. Hey, wind! Jack yelled. Take us to Burke. Scene change. The forest outside Burke. I don't remember closing my eyes, but I found myself opening them. Still in Jack's arms. Not that I'm complaining. I shivered. Not from the cold. I'm used to it. It's fear. The memories of my father's disappointment, and the village's disapproval, the names, the insults. I know that I'm doing the right thing, but I can't prevent my mind running through all the worst case scenario. Hiccup, Jack said softly, pulling me closer to his chest. Salty tears began to run down my face and staining his black waistcoat. Was it really that bad? He asked. I was trying so hard I couldn't even answer him. I nodded as tears came pouring out. Jack rubbed my back in an almost motherly way as the tears continued to come. I must look pathetic to him. After all, I have been crying and moping since I met him. However, I do feel in my heart that he does love me. I'm not exactly sure why or how. I just do. Tell me. I looked up into his stunning blue eyes. Tell me everything. Okay. I'm gonna take a break here to get myself a drink because my mouth is dry. There we go. I think I need a little bit more. There we go. Echo. Okay. I just need a little bit of break there because saliva was coming in and it was coming in. Yeah. Okay. We're now going to Jack's point of view. Yay! And that break point was the best time. Okay. Let's do this. Jack's point of view. I was horrified by what Hiccup told me. I could see the pure terror in his eyes as he mentioned his father. The way he shivered when he described the insults and the mental torture, the tears drowning his face when we spoke of neglect. I knew that I was holding him too tight, but I didn't care. I bet they would celebrate my death The only one who cared about me was Toothless. But that isn't the worst part, Hiccup admitted. I stared at him. What could be the worst thing that being hated by all? They say it's my fault my mother died. My birth had weakened her body, and I was only 4 when she passed away. I can't remember what she looks like, but that doesn't stop me from missing her. Hiccup, I whispered as I finally let him stand on his own 2 feet. Before he could answer, I cupped his adorable face and kissed him. Then I started to kiss his freckled cheeks, kissing his bitter tears away. As I did so, I rubbed his back. Are you ready? I asked gently. Hiccup nodded. If I'm not now, I never will be. I smiled at my little Viking. Holding his hand, we began the walk to the village. I tried to look calm, but I vowed that I would get revenge on Stoddard, this Astrid girl, and the rest of the village. No one hurts my beloved and gets away with it. Just you wait. And that is apparently the end. That was a good ending, and this was a good story. I didn't like it as too. I didn't like it as like really liking it, like actually like it, like love it. But it is a good story, and it's a good story to read. This story was found on Wattpad. This was Frostcup / Hijack Corpse Bride AU by Kuno Nichi 96. I hope you liked this series, and I'll see you guys in the next video.